you feeling? Hey, one more, how you feeling tonight? Let's go.
What's happening? How's everybody doing? Make some noise right now. Yo, big shout out to everybody tuning in live online. We're gonna turn it all the way up and we're gonna worship right now. So if you're not on your feet, you need to get there because Crossroads music is about to take it away. Give it up one time for Crossroads music.
Tries to roll over my bones. When sorrow comes to steal the joy I own. When brokenness and pain is all I know. No, I won't be shaken. Y'all ready? Here we go. 1, 2. no, my fear.
God, I believe that. I believe that my fear does not stand a chance when I give it over to you. You are good. I believe that you have so many good things to show me and everyone in this room tonight. So I pray that we have open ears and that we're just willing to listen and lean into what you have for us. You're good. Amen. You guys sound great. You're clapping, you're dancing. We love it. It's been so much fun already, and we're only on day 2, which is wild. So let's keep it up. It sounds great. You guys can go ahead and walk back to your seats and sit down. Hey, quick question too. Do you guys like gummy bears? I didn't quite hear that. You guys like gummy bears? Good, because I'm about to show you a video of a gummy bear getting run over by a Prius.
We told y'all the Prius doesn't always win. Give up for the gummy bear one time. Come on. For the gummy bear. For the gummy. Hey, real quick, let me hear it if you had a great day today. Let me hear it one time. That's right. That's right. There's a lot of good things, but real quick, if you served in KP today, go ahead and stand up. Go ahead and stand up. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Give it up. Thank you for serving with your smiles. Go ahead and grab a seat. Let's check out who's doing KP tomorrow on the screens. Tomorrow for breakfast, we got 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Lunch, 31, 33, 35, 37. And dinner, 32, 34, 36, and 38. That's at KP tomorrow. Be there 30 minutes before the meal.
Yo, is anybody happy that we survived that monsoon that hit like at 4 o'clock? It was so windy and so rainy. But other than that crazy rainstorm, did you have a great day today? Yeah, I saw that you had a lot of fun stuff happening. And I don't know if you know this, but we have a guy who, he went to school to like put together really important numbers and digits and graphs and stuff like that. Also, you and I could have like a blast at camp. His name is Jenkins. Can I welcome him on stage? Come on up here, Jenkins. Jenkins.
What's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, how's your day been?
It's been good. It's been highly caffeinated, but good.
Yeah, did you get any sunburn today?
I didn't because I put on sunscreen.
Sunscreen message.
Sunscreen.
Now,
important.
you planned this whole day. Give me a recap of what happened
I
today.
did. Well, today we had our game Wipeout, previously known as Death Ball, right after that giant monsoon, so everything was soaking wet, and I think the green team won. The green team brought it home today. Amazing. And tonight we have even more plans. So we have our teams made together. I got the bracket made for the 3v3 basketball tournament.
Oh, it's hooping. Who's hooping tonight? Anybody? Oh, okay. And it's 3-on-3.
It's 3-on-3 for the students, and then for the leaders, we're having a knockout tournament to find the best leaders, the best basketball leaders.
It's not gonna be you, bro. I love you, but it's
that's gonna form the 3v3 team for the leaders, right?
Awesome.
And then the leaders are gonna play the students, and then if the students win, they get ice cream sandwiches, and the leaders have to clean up everything.
Okay.
But if the leaders win, the leaders just get ice cream sandwiches, and the students have to clean up everything.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's high stakes tonight.
I don't know. I think
stakes.
I'm not a gambling man, but I think I got my money on the students tonight.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Mason's been bringing some pretty powerful people.
Yeah,
There
they've
have
been
been.
stacking the deck. That's what's up. It's gonna be a great night. Give it up for Jenkins and the entire rec team. Doing the
Jenkins.
thing. That guy and his spreadsheets, boy, I tell you.
It's good. It's all good.
You know what's fun?
Tell me what's fun.
My favorite game. It's alliteration.
Oh,
You know what alliteration
I
is?
don't. How do you play that?
Okay, so alliteration. Anybody know what alliteration is? Explain it to me. Almost. It's basically here. What is
onomatopoeia.
it? Yeah, all the words that start with
That's
the
right.
first letter.
That's right.
So it's like this. If I pick the letter in the alphabet, let's try alliteration together. Okay.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right. So let's go. My name's Paco.
Your name's Paco.
Yeah. And so it starts with a P.
Yeah.
So what word would you say? Word.
Penguin.
Paco penguin. Pineapple. Pikachu.
Pizza.
Peekaboo. Pie.
I got
Pie,
paintball. Paintball.
Porcupine.
Pringle.
Pringle. That's a good one.
Pringle.
Okay. All right. Hey, this is my favorite game, and it's been an absolute pleasure playing it with
That's
you
a
guys.
good time. It's a good time.
Denim, how you doing? What are y'all doing? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Did you tell them to do that, bro?
That's all you, bro. That's
I
all.
didn't do that.
It's your energy.
Bro, listen. Listen.
Take a deep breath. Woosah.
When it was dumping buckets outside, there was a bro surfing on the sidewalk.
And in the
Sidewalk
USA.
surfing, bro, come right here.
In the USA.
Come right here. Bro, what's your name? Colin, where are you from? Oxford. Yeah,
Oxford,
you are.
let's go.
Oxford!
Stay right here, big dog.
Colin, you gotta hit me with it. I know you know it.
Visor and bro.
Yeah,
Hey!
bro. Way to hang 10, bro. Oh, you want some too? You want some too? You guys have visors?
Someone's talking junk, yeah, I bust them in the eye. And then I'll take the punks out, feeling funky. Amps in the trunk, and I got more rhymes. And there's cops at a junkie. Donut shop, sure enough, I got props from the kids on the hill. Plus my mom and my pops. I came to get down, So get out your seat and jump around. Jump around.
I got two more.
Jump around. Jump around.
Be back.
Jump up and get down.
Bros, I'm gonna have them all week. Relax. I'm gonna have them all week. All week, I know. It's crazy. Listen, who won last night? Mason? Right? Mason won the dodgeball tournament. So I know I got 10 Visor Bros there, and then all the new Visor Bros, especially Colin. I need y'all to stand up. Get ready. We're gonna do this as a group. Stand up. You ready? Bros, you ready? You know what comes, right? You gotta send it! Oh yeah! Flex Stream, baby!
One
That
more
dude is
time for
on
our
one.
guy Jake Fieri. He'll be Visor and Bros. What a time.
What a time to be alive.
Man.
It's good.
I don't know if this is translating well to anywhere else, but I'm having a blast with you guys tonight. Anybody else having a good time? You know, one of the things I love about camp is I love all the fun we have, but I also know that, like, camp is only, like, 4 days of the summer, right? And I know that, like, this fun and this connection that we're having with each other, making new friends and building real friendships and experiencing God in a real way, that's something that can continue even in your everyday life. Camp's once a year, but there's this thing called MSM Weekly. Anybody familiar with that, MSM? MSM Weekly happens every single week. And it happens at your Crossroads site. We've got it everywhere there's student ministry, there's MSM Weekly. And so what we want to do is we want to let you know, like, the camp fun and the camp experience, yeah, it happens at camp, but cool stuff can happen when you're home as well. So your story can be different after you leave camp, and the Weekly is designed for you to go to the next place in your walk with God and your walk with each other. Let's watch some stories from the Weekly right now.
We started coming to Crossroads about 8 years ago. Finally got in high school and started going to the Weekly.
We got invited by a friend of mine.
Grabbed some friends and started middle school, high school.
The Weekly is the place for me because it's kind of like a place where I can go and hang out with friends outside of school, and it was a way for me to develop those friendships further.
Growing up, I was very antisocial, so the vibe and the energy throughout the Weekly, just something new to try out. It's really nice to have leaders and friends that can really build you up, and it's just such a good support system.
Just made me and my friends really closer together to grow and just know Christ together.
My favorite part of the weekly is seeing friends and being able to further grow my relationship with God.
The best way I've ever found communicating with God was through community.
I feel like I can express myself more than I usually do.
It pulled me closer to Christ and helped me further my relationship with Him.
It's just been nice to not feel alone.
I feel like the people at Weekly care more and understand and actually open their ears and listen to what I have to say.
The more and more I come here, I feel like I'm just getting so close to God.
My relationship with God isn't all the way there, but it's still a work in progress. And it's been increasing and getting stronger as the days go by.
Hey, that's good. That's good. Hey, we're about to step into another time of worship. And just a reminder, worship is any time we direct our attention to God. Anytime that we step out of our comfort zone and take a step to the good thing God has for us. And so we're going to do that right now through singing, through clapping, and through maybe even raising our hands. But tonight, don't wait for tomorrow. Tonight, take a step in the direction to receiving the good things from God. Let's worship together.
Would you guys sing with me? Sing peace. Peace, bring it all to peace. The storm surrounding me, let it break at your name. And still, call the sea to still, the rage in me to still every wave at your name. Jesus, Jesus, 'cause you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, 'cause you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. Breathe, call these bones to live, and call these lungs to sing once again. Oh, I will praise Jesus, Jesus, 'cause you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, 'cause you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. Sing that again. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence all my fears. Jesus, Jesus, 'cause you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus.
So this week, we're going to be singing a lot about Jesus. And let me tell you why that's such an important thing for us and for me. It's not just because it's like church camp and you're supposed to do the thing about Jesus. It's not just because like Jesus is always the right answer or anything like that. We get excited about singing the name of Jesus. We get excited about songs that mention Jesus because we know just how much Jesus has done for us. I get excited about it because I just know how much he's done for me. See, I don't know if you know this. I don't know where you're from or how you ended up here, but Jesus has promises for your life. He's got something for your life. In the book of John chapter 10, he says it like this. He says, I have come so that they might have life and have it abundantly. Have it abundantly. Like abundance is not just stuff. It's not just like stuff. It's not just gadgets and games and shiny things. Because I've seen people with a lot of stuff feel real empty inside. I've seen people with a lot of gadgets feel really alone inside. Jesus' promise for abundant life is more than just stuff. It's a life of purpose. It's a life of belonging. It's a life of identity. It's a life that matters. It's a life that means something to you and to people around you. That's what this abundant life that Jesus promises is. It's a big deal. And I get excited singing about Jesus because here's the truth. That promise that Jesus gives me for abundant life, I've turned my back on it at times. I've let fear stop me from walking into those promises. And here's the truth we all have. We all have let fear stop us from living the life that Jesus has called us to. The Bible calls it sin. Anytime you let fear stop you from doing the thing that you know is right, it's sin. Anytime you let fear stop you from standing up for what is right, that's sin. And we've all sinned. We've all sinned. Some of us a lot, some of us a little bit. Either way, one sin takes us off track. One act of living in our fear takes us off track of God's plan for us. And sin to you might not feel like a big deal, but to God it's a huge deal. You see, because God, he's holy, and one act of sin, one small act of sin separates us from a holy God. So you and I are in trouble if we've sinned. And I have, you have, we all have. Here's how much God loves us. Here's why the name of Jesus is such a big deal to me. Because while I was still messed up, while I was still walking in my fear, while I still turned my back on God's promises, God sent Jesus to earth to live a perfect life and show me and you and all of us what it looks like to never give in to fear. Jesus never once gave in to sin. He never once gave in to fear. And if you and I were honest, we wish we could do that, right? Like, I wish I could do that, but I can't. I don't have the power. I don't have the strength to do it. And so God says that someone's got to pay for the sin. Someone's got to pay the price of my sin. And if it's on me, I got to pay that price. So here's the price of sin. The price of sin is death. The price of sin is not just physical death, but eternal separation from God. I don't want to have to pay that, but I've already messed it up. We've already messed it up. But Jesus, he gave his life. He gave up his life on a cross. He died a gruesome and horrendous and excruciating, painful death to pay for my sin, to pay for your sin, to pay for the times that I let fear get in between me and God, to pay for the times that I let for me and for you. And he dies on a cross for sin. It's a scary thing. It's like a sad thing, right? He dies. And it's bloody and he's beat and it's terrible. And then they put him in an old school tomb and they roll a rock over that tomb. And one day passes by and 2 days pass by. And on the third day, the rock comes rolling off the tomb. Jesus comes walking out. It's called resurrection. He rose from the grave. You know what that means? That means there is nothing, absolutely nothing that can stop the love of God from getting into your life. No fear, nothing high, nothing low, nothing this way or that way that can stop the love of Jesus from entering your life if you let him. It is the hope that we have. So when we sing about Jesus, when we sing about the power of Jesus and the fact that he makes the darkness tremble, and when we sing about the blood of Jesus, we know just how much that life costs, just how much our freedom costs. And when we sing these songs about Jesus, it's a celebration of that. For some of us, maybe tonight, it's about asking him to show up with that kind of power in your life. So we're going to sing a song. It's called Oh, the Power. And it talks about the power that comes with the fact that Jesus sacrificed everything. And maybe there's a spot in your life. Maybe there's a spot in your life where you need some power. You need some power so you can step up and overcome fear. And wherever that is in your life right now, as we sing these words, I want you to be thinking about that spot. Where is it in your life you need the power of Jesus to show up? Where is it that you need that power that you don't have and I don't have? Let's sing it.
redeeming love, this grace unshakable.
Amazing power of Jesus' blood that washes white as snow.
Amazing power of redeeming love, this grace unshakable. You are the way of life and freedom. All the power, you are the truth that can't be shaken. You are the rock of our salvation. We're singing, oh, the power, oh, the power of Jesus' blood. God, I thank you for that power that we're singing about. I thank you for meeting us in this place tonight. You know, God, I don't always feel your presence, but tonight I certainly do, and I thank you that you're the kind of God that you meet us exactly where we need you to, regardless of our past, regardless of our baggage. That you're the kind of God that doesn't judge us from afar, but draws near to us and wants to help us. You're good. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, yeah. Why don't you guys go back to your seats real quick? Thank you so much.
All right. Well, find yourself a chair. A chair. That's where you will find yourself. Hey, can I be honest with you guys? Can I keep it real with you tonight? You cool with that? Like, here, how about this? How about we make a deal? I'll make a deal tonight. Me and you. Okay? How about this? How about I promise that I will keep it all the way real tonight. That I will tell you the truth, that I will pull no punches, that I'll be honest, and that I won't ask you to do anything that you don't want to do. If you promise to keep it real with me, and to be honest, be vulnerable, be real with yourself, be real with how you're feeling, be real with what's going on in your life, and lock in with me for the next 3 minutes. Does that sound like a deal? Can we make a deal? If we got a deal, I'm going to count to 3, and on 3, just say deal, okay? Ready? One. Should get like an electrocute like briefcase. I'm gonna count to 3. Let's make that deal though, for real though, because like I want to share something that's really important tonight, and I don't want anything to distract you from it. Okay? So I'm gonna be honest, open with you. You be honest with yourself and with each other. Okay? On 3, we're gonna say deal. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Deal. Good. Well, that's good. Here's the truth. I'm gonna start with you. Here's the truth. The truth is a lot is changing. Like. A lot is changing, not just in the world, right? A lot is changing in the world, but not just in like your city, but a lot is changing in you, right? A lot is happening. Some of you this year, you're experiencing so many changes. Like some of you maybe have moved to a new place. Some of you are going to a new school. Some of you are moving to a new grade. Some of you are making new friends. Some of you are having some really big changes that are happening. And studies show, the experts say that this season of your life is a season that has the most changes in it, right? And that's the way life goes, right? There are seasons of change that happen. And then sometimes in life, like things are kind of smooth and kind of normal, and things are kind of like, you know, you can kind of predict what's happening next and all that. And then bam, another season of change happens. And that's kind of how life goes, right? There's seasons of change, there's seasons of normal, there's seasons of really high highs and really low lows. That's like a regular life rhythm, right? And not only are things changing with you, things are changing with me too. Things don't stop changing in life. I had a lot of changes this year. A lot of things changed. One of the biggest changes I've had this year is I became a dad this year. Yeah. My wife and I 3 months ago, we celebrated the arrival of our little bundle of joy. We have a daughter, and she's fantastic. You guys want to see pictures? You sure? All right, okay, look at, here she is right here. Oh, isn't she beautiful? Her name is Lucy, and she's precious. Let's see the next one. Look at that. Oh. She's got light eyes like her mom, but she's got like, watch this. She's got like hands like dad. See the next one. Let's go to the next one. Look at her. Oh, she is the sweetest thing. But here's the thing. Being a dad has brought a lot of changes, okay? Like a lot has changed in my life. I used to have a lot of time, I got none, right? And it's to be honest, it's something that I'm if I'm honest with you, I'm afraid in a lot of ways. I'm afraid in a lot of ways. There's so much at stake, right? Like I'm responsible for life. It's a lot on the line. And there's a lot of things you got to do as a dad that no one teaches you about, right? Like, for example, there are these things called vaccinations, right? Now, hold, you might be thinking, did he just get like all political? No, I'm not making a stance for vaccinations or not. I'm just saying I didn't want my kid to get measles, so I said, okay, let's get these shots, right? But either way, we all got our own thing, but I had to get our kid to get shots at a month old, all right? And so we go to the doctor, and the doctor's office is bright, it's colorful, it's beautiful. The doctor comes and he goes, okay, we got to do a couple tests. They check her eyes, they check her ears. They do the reflex thing, you know, like where the doctor hits you like this. Pro tip, next time you're at the doctor and they do that, flick the doctor. Just flick him right in the side of the head. Don't do that. That'll kick you out of the hospital. Okay, don't do that. But either way, they do all that, and then the doctor goes, okay, it's time for her shots. And we go, okay, cool, let's do this thing. And so he goes, all right, here's what's going to happen. A nurse is going to come in. She's going to, give the kid a shot, put a Band-Aid on it. It'll be fine. Before I could be like, hey, doc, one question. He has gotten up and, like, disappeared out of the room. I'm thinking to myself, he must have to poop or something. You know how that goes, right? So he's gone. A couple minutes later, a nurse walks in. The nurse had to be, like, 9 years old, right? She was like, it was like, bring your kid to work day. I was like, you're not old enough to work here. She comes walking in. She's like, Mom and Dad, yes. She's like, okay, this is a little baby. Okay, cool. So we're going to give her the shot. She pulls out a needle, and it's like this big, right? And I'm like, there's no way this lady is putting this needle in a little old leg. Before I could even have that thought, this 9-year-old has stabbed my kid in the leg with a giant needle. Boom, hits a spin move, flies out of the door. I thought my wife was going to punch her in the throat. I really did. I was like, oh, it's about to be on. I look back at my beautiful daughter. She's looking at me. You ever looked at somebody and they gave you the, like, I'm not mad, I'm disappointed look? That's exactly what my 1-month-old gave me. And then she lets out a cry like none other. I mean, she starts to wail from her soul. And all of the fear that I had as a dad starts to rush to the front. And I'm thinking to myself, I have let her down. And she's probably thinking to herself, why did these idiots let this happen to me? And here's the truth about that story. That's one story that I have with my daughter. She is going to experience hard things in her life. That's not the hardest thing she'll ever experience. She's going to go through tough things in her life. That's how life goes. And she's going to step up to fear in her life, and I pray that she overcomes that fear. And she's going to need power outside of herself at times. She's going to look to me for guidance. She's going to look to me for wisdom. She's going to look to me for strength. And I hope that I'm there for her. I really do. But here's the truth, too. I need power from a different source because we're both afraid. We're both confused. We're both scared. And I just want to stop there for a second and help you guys understand this. Look, fear is a real part of life. If you leave this camp thinking that fear is like, not a part of life and that you can walk through life without facing tough things, you're all wrong. Fear is a real culture right now. I've been doing this for a long time, okay? And I've seen two main responses when tough stuff shows up in life. When fear has to be overcome, I've seen two things. First one is people turn and run. Some of us maybe have experienced that firsthand where, somewhere along the line, maybe someone who was supposed to love you, supposed to parent you, supposed to care for you and be there for you, maybe they turned and ran and they left you. Maybe some of you are experiencing that where you had a group of friends and you stood up for something that you knew was right and people turned their back on you and they ran instead of dealing with the tough situation, they just left you there. I've seen people run. And I've also seen people grow absolutely numb. They grow absolutely numb. They just shut down. When the tough thing shows up, instead of like finding power, they just look at it and they go, I don't have it in me, and they just freeze. I know some of us have been in that spot too, where we've frozen and we want to move and we want to overcome and we want to step through and we want to focus and connect and do all the things that we're saying to do, but we just can't find the power. And I just want you to know this. The worst thing that can happen is that you look at the tough things in your life and you either run from them or freeze up during them. There is power available to you and to me, and I don't want you to ever get used to running from fear, and I don't want you to ever get used to being absolutely numb when fear shows up. And so today we're going to look at a story in the Bible of a guy who was running from what he really needed because it was scary, and he was afraid, and he became numb to it. He became numb to it. And then he encounters power outside of himself. The story comes from the book of Acts chapter 3. And to set the scene for you here, here's the deal. There's two guys who walked with Jesus, okay, Peter and John. These two dudes, they actually saw Jesus do miracles in their life, right? They saw Jesus walk on water, feed 5,000. They saw him raise from the dead. They saw him do all the stuff that he promised he'd do. They saw him give hope to tons of people. And these two guys are walking to church one day, right? They're walking past this temple gate. It's called the Beautiful Gate. And there they encounter a guy. Check this out. I'll pick up at verse 2. As they approached the temple, a man lame from birth was being carried in. Each day he was put outside the temple gate, beside the temple gate, the one called the Beautiful Gate, so he could beg from the people going into the temple. When he saw Peter and John about to enter, he asked them for some money. This dude has a situation where he can't walk. He can't move. He can't walk. And so every day he would find a way to get to the temple gate, just to the outside of it, right? Not go in, just to the outside of it. And every day he'd have like a little cup or whatever. And back in the day when they begged, they would look down, right? And they would just be like, when people would walk by, they'd be like, please, please, please. And people would just drop things, a couple bucks, $1, a penny, whatever. They drop them into the bucket. And every day this guy did this. Every day. And every day he'd take the little bit of money he had, maybe find something to eat, maybe find a quick fix for how he was feeling. He'd go to bed, he'd wake up the next day and do it again. But Peter and John come walking by one day. And they have something with them. They have something that they're carrying inside of them that transforms this guy's whole life. Check it out. Pick it up at verse 4. Peter and John looked at him intently, and Peter said, "Look at us." The lame man looked at them eagerly, expecting some money. So dudes like this, Peter and John walk by. He's like, please, please, put something in the cup. He sees their feet, please, please, please. And they say, bro, look at us. And this dude who has been numb, this dude who's like the normal in his life is to just kind of get by. Is to just kind of do whatever it takes to just slide by. Do whatever it takes to just be good enough that people won't mess with him, that people won't bother him, that people won't ask him how he's doing, just enough to get to the next day. This dude is numb. This dude is absolutely numb. And Peter and John say, look at us. And you know what he does? He does the thing that a lot of us do when we get challenged. We know how to respond to challenge just enough to make people think that we're interested, to make people think that we're interested in the challenge and want to be better. We make people think that. But this dude, what he does is he looks up and he's like, oh, that's right. These dudes are probably like those do-gooders. They probably want a profile pic before they give me the $1, right? So he looks up. He's like, okay, I'll smile, get in the picture. We'll go. And then something happens to him. Check out how this goes. Verse 6. Peter said, I don't have any silver or gold for you, but I'll give you what I have. In the name of Jesus Christ, get up and walk. Dude looks up. It comes from Jesus. It will transform your whole life. Get up and walk. And this dude is faced with a choice now. He can stay the way he is. He can stay right there where he is and be this for the rest of his life and get up the next day and do it again and get up the next day and do it again and get up the next day and do it again. Or he can go to a new place. He can respond to the challenge. And this dude has to be feeling a sense of fear, right? Because he has never walked before. He's never used his legs before. And this dude that he's never met is like, get up and walk. There's power that you don't know about, and I got it for you. Get up and walk. Can you imagine how scared he must have been? Could you imagine how afraid he must have been? He's standing right there looking at a fear, and he has a decision to make. And this dude, he gets people saw him walking and heard him praising God. When they realized he was the lame beggar they had seen, often at the beautiful gate, they were absolutely astonished. This dude comes up to his fear, but through the power of Jesus, he overcomes. Not only does it change everything about him, it changes everything about anyone who comes in contact with him. His whole life is different now. His whole thing has changed. What does this mean for us, right? What does this mean for us? Well, here's the truth. A lot of us, we're really close to this power of Jesus this week. Like, you're really close to it. You're here at camp. You got here. And here's the truth. A lot of us have this decision to make. Will we let the power of Jesus just kind of like walk on by? Or will we tap into it? Will we receive it and miss it if you don't say yes? And absolutely let it walk right by you if you don't say yes. And what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to have the best week of your summer. I don't want you to make new friends. I don't want you to overcome all the fears out there and miss the real stuff going on inside. Because a lot of us are numb. We're numb to the fact that something's happened in our past and it's just kind of like, I'm never going to heal from that. I'm just going to have to deal with it. We're numb to the fact that we always feel a sense of like not being good enough. We're just numb to that. Like we just kind of cover it up and like, nobody messes with me. I'll just deal with it. Some of us are numb to the fact that we need to forgive somebody in our life. Some of us are numb to the fact that God even has a plan for us. You're thinking, all that's just too overwhelming. I'm just going to stay right. But the power of Jesus is available to you this week, and it will show up in a way that maybe you didn't expect. And maybe you've never encountered the power of Jesus. Maybe you've never had a moment where you said, you know what? I need that. You've never said out loud or to anyone like, I need this power. Because that numbness we feel, that part of our life that we shut down and we don't tell anybody about, that part of our life that's eating us alive inside, that we don't share with anyone, that is not living. That is not the abundant life that Jesus promised. Jesus promised you a life of freedom, a life of overcoming, a life of purpose, a life of looking at the fear in your life and walking through it with his power. So I'm going to give you an opportunity tonight, for the first time, maybe for the first time ever in your life, to respond to that power. It's available for all of us. And I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you're walking through. I don't know what hard stuff you're looking at, but I do know this. There is power that Jesus offers that might not fix your thing. I'm not guaranteeing you that it'll fix your thing. I'm guaranteeing it'll give you hope to overcome. I'm guaranteeing that it'll give you hope to push through. I'm guaranteeing that it'll give you a sense of purpose like you've never had before. And you're going to get that opportunity right now. Everybody in here who can hear my voice, bow your heads and close your eyes right now. Think about your life for a second. Think about your life. We're not in here playing games. This is not game time. This is keep it real time. This is keep it real with yourself. Be honest with yourself time. Maybe you're in here and you're looking at your life and you're like, you know what? I've never even asked for that power. It's as simple as allowing Jesus to come close to you, giving up all of the control and all of the tug of war that happens inside of you, saying, I can't do this alone. Jesus, I need your help. That dude at the temple gate, if he doesn't say yes to Jesus, his life doesn't change. And that same power is available for you right now. So if you're in here and you've never before, never in your life, this is the first time you've done this, you've never accepted Jesus. You've never said, Jesus, come close, come to my life, help me. If you've never done that, I'm going to count to 3. And if you want to receive that power tonight, if you want that tonight, on the count of 3, these are people who've never done this before for the first time ever. I'm going to count to 3. And I want you to do something brave. I want you to, with everyone's head bowed and everyone's eyes closed, I want you to put your hand up and I want you to put it back down. On 3. If you're serious about this, 1, 2, 3. Okay. The best thing about this power that Jesus gives us is he doesn't wait for us to be like all put together. He doesn't wait for us to have the right clothes or to say the right words or to be doing the right things. He comes into our life just as it is, in the mess that it is, and he starts to change and rearrange things. He starts to give us power that we can't get on our own. He starts to tap into different parts of us that we didn't maybe even knew were there. And so you don't have to do anything to earn this power. You don't have to do anything to earn this love that he has for you. But he is going to ask you to be brave at times. They asked this dude to stand up. They asked him to stand up, and he never stood up before. He was scared. He had to have been. And so if you're serious about receiving this power from Jesus for the first time, I'm going to ask you to do something brave right now. With every head bowed and every eye closed, without anybody looking around, I'm going to count to 3 again, and then I'm going to ask you to stand up. But you're going to keep your head bowed and you keep your eyes closed. 1, 2, 3. Keep your head bowed, I don't want anybody looking around. Okay, here's the deal. A lot of people, when we come to camp, we might think like, oh, this is the thing you're supposed to do at camp. So like, I'm gonna do that thing. And I get that, I get that. And maybe like you're standing right now, and you're like, I think this is what I'm supposed to do. But you're not really serious about receiving that power. Maybe you're like, I just did that because the person next to me is standing, or like, I know that like, I might get a grade. You're not getting a grade for this, okay? I'm only talking to people who are serious about this. So if that's you and you're like, man, maybe I'm standing and I don't want to be, there's nobody looking around right now. There's nobody looking around. You can sit right back down right now. Do that right now. If that's you and you're serious, and that's okay. And that's okay. That is okay. That is okay. I got love and respect for you. You're in the right spot this week, okay? But I just want to talk to the people that are for the first time wanting to receive this power that comes from Jesus. So if you're still standing, there's one more step to this thing. If you're still standing, there's one more step to this thing. And only for people who are serious, okay? Like, I'm okay if you stay in your seat. It is okay. It is all good. You are not getting a grade on whether or not you respond to all these things, all right? But if you're like, you know what, I need this power. I need this right now. Something's happening in your heart. Something's stirring in your heart inside of you. I want you to do a very brave thing, and I want you to meet me at the front of this stage right now. Only if you're serious. Don't come up here because someone else is up here. Please don't do that, okay? Please don't do that. We're not into lots of people doing this thing for the emotion of it. We want people who are for real, okay? And it's all good. It's all good. You're in the right spot. You're going to have a great week, and God is doing work in you. But this is for people who are for the first time ever saying, I want to tap into the power of Jesus in my life. I want that hope he gives. I want that freedom he gives. All right, look at me right here. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. If you're up here, this is by far the most important decision you will ever make in your life, okay? And you don't have to have it all together walking out of here. You don't have to know all the right answers walking out of here. All you have to do is be willing to follow Jesus when he says, stand up. When he says, look at me. When he says, I got you. All you have to do is be willing to trust him when he says, hey, that fear that you're facing, I got you. That's all you got to do is be willing to trust him. You'll have ups, you'll have downs. You'll see really scary things and overcome really things that make you fearful. You will overcome those. And sometimes you'll get it right and sometimes you won't. It's about being willing. It's about you going, you know what? I don't know what life is going to bring me. I don't know what's going to happen to me, but man, I want that power of Jesus with me. It's about saying, you know, the stuff that like deep down inside of me that I know I don't need to be doing, that I know doesn't help me get closer to Jesus, you know, the stuff that like sometimes we're scared to give up, or sometimes we're scared to stand up for, like that stuff is about saying no to that stuff, and you won't always get that right too. But the beautiful part is that power that Jesus offers, he offers it every single day. And it's for you every single day. And he's got plans for you every single day, no matter what's happening around you, what's happening inside of you, what's happening near you or far from you. The power of Jesus gives you a hope and a future. So stay right here with me for a second. I want to talk to us. Cool, that's dope. I'm so happy you're here. And if you're following Jesus and you're overcoming fears and doing things, man, fantastic. Like, keep going strong. Like, you got to keep going strong. You keep going. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you to change the world. I really am. But maybe there's some folks who are still in their seats who are like, yo, if I'm honest with myself, because we committed to being honest, maybe there's a part of my life where I'm like, man, if I think about like the power of Jesus, I'm not tapping into it in this area of my life. Maybe there's some stuff in your life that's going on that you're like, man, this ain't right. If someone found out about this, man, you know how embarrassed I'd be? Or if someone found out about this, you know how sad I'd be or ashamed I'd be? And maybe there's some stuff in your life that you're like, I don't even know where to start with this, but it's driving me nuts inside, and I need some help. I need some power. The power of Jesus is available for you too. And so if there's an area in your life, and you're still in your season, there's an area in your life where you're like, I need that power of Jesus. I know who Jesus is. I might even read the Bible and go to church and do the thing, but man, I'm hurting inside, and I need some help. I need some help stepping up and overcoming fear. If that's you, join us right now. Just join us up here. Just get out of your seat and meet us up here. That's all good. The power of Jesus is alive and at work in every single heart who says yes to him. And he's going to do something in your life. So here's what we're going to do. For all of us who are standing, we're going to do something together. If you're still in the room, just chill with me. You can pray, or you can just kick it right there, okay? Here's what we're going to do. The thing that happened in your heart, you know, like sometimes you have these feelings and you're like, I have this feeling, but I just don't know exactly how to put it into words, right? Like sometimes that happens to me. So I know that happens to people, right? Like, I have this feeling, I need this thing, but I don't know how to like say it in words, right? And so what I want to do is I want to help give some words to what's happening in your heart right now, okay? Because we're all saying yes to the power of Jesus. We're all saying yes to the fact that his blood gives us power, that his death, burial, and resurrection gives us power to overcome anything, and that nothing gets in the way of his love for us. That's what we're saying tonight. And so I'm going to say a prayer, and I want you to repeat after me. These aren't magic words. These are just words to help us put some language to the thing that we're feeling, okay? So everybody just close your eyes. And the beautiful thing about God is you can talk to him. You can talk to him. He hears you. He's not an imaginary thing. It's like a fairy tale. He's real, and he wants to hear from you. So I'm going to say some words, and I want you to repeat after me if you're serious, okay? Just say, Dear Jesus, please help me. I believe that you are real. I believe your power is real, and I want it in my life. I know that I don't have the power on my own. And I believe that you came to earth, that you lived a perfect life, that you died on a cross for my sin, that you rose from the grave, and you're God's only son. Come into my life. Be the center of my life. I don't have it all figured out, but I want your help. Help me to live for you. Help me to overcome fear. Help me to be all that you've created me to be. I love you, Lord. Amen. Let me tell you something. That is the most important decision you will ever make in your life. And like I said earlier, there are going to be times where you feel far from that decision. There are going to be times where you feel way over here and you feel like the power has left you. That never will leave you. God will never leave you. He will never forget about you. He will never abandon you. He will always be with you. He will always be near you. His love will always be available to you. And if you ever find yourself in a spot where you're like, man, it's wild out here, you can just say, Jesus, I need your help. You can say, Jesus, I need you right now. You find yourself in a spot where you're so scared and you don't know what to do, and fear is looking you right in the eye, and you're like, I am not going to make it. Just know the power of Jesus overcame everything. even the grave. So there's nothing that you and I can't look at and overcome. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. God is proud of you. God is very proud of you. This is a huge decision you're making to step up. Because you see, the world change that everyone's talking about, like the world being different, it doesn't start with me or grown. It starts with you. You will be the generation that will change the world. You will be the generation to show the world what it's like when the power of Jesus is at work in life. That's who you are. That's what God has for you. I don't know the specific thing. I can't be like plumber, actor, architect. I can't do that, but I can tell you this. God's got something good for you. God's got a purpose for you. God's got a sense of belonging for you. God's got things for you that you can't even imagine yet. They're so good. And they might not look like what you might have in your head, but let me tell you something. His plan, if you lean into it, if you say yes to Jesus, his plan, it'll give you what you're looking for. It'll help you overcome that real fear that we all have of like not mattering, right? Or not being good enough. That power of Jesus is at work in your life. And he started a work in you today, and he'll do that work tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Your job is to just say yes. Your job is to just say yes. I'm really proud of you. And so what I want to do, just to kind of celebrate this moment, is I want us, right where we are, I want us to sing those songs that we sang earlier, right? We sang a song about how Jesus makes darkness tremble and how Jesus silences fear. And we sang a song about how the power of Jesus' blood, right, washes all the old stuff away, makes all things new. We sang those songs, and we're going to kind of mash them up together right now. All right, so let's sing these songs right now. Go for it.
Oh, everybody.
Your name is alive, forever lifted high. 'Cause your name cannot be overcome. 'Cause your name is alive, and the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome.
Jesus' blood that washes white as snow. Oh, the power, amazing power, redeeming love. This grace unshakable. You are the way of life and freedom. All the power, you are the truth that can't be shaken. You are the rock of my salvation. We're singing, oh, the power, oh, the power, oh, the power of Jesus'
It's a celebration. It's a celebration anytime somebody goes from letting fear take control of them to stepping forward in the power of Jesus. It's a celebration. So I want to celebrate all these people that are sitting tonight. It is a